Hey everyone, thank you for joining. My name is Nate, and today we're going to learn how to tie-dye one of these designs off the back wall here. So I'm going to come back here, we're going to grab one of these designs, go ahead and pick this one right here. And today's lesson is going to be the heart design. Okay, so to get started, we're going to get one of these pre-prepped shirts here. These have already been washed and soaked in soda ash and then spun out. So be sure to do that to your shirt before getting to this, or your dye will not bond to the shirt. It is a very important process. So if you need to see how to do that, watch my video on how to prep or how to wash and prep your shirt for tie-dye, and that'll show you how to do that. Okay, so what we're going to do to the shirt first, turn it inside out, and then we are going to lay this face up. So you're going to lay it face up, make sure it's even on both sides, and then we're going to come through, we're going to smooth this whole thing out. Just take out all your wrinkles. Make sure your shirt is level. So your armpits are similar. Sometimes they're off a little bit. You may need to adjust, and that's okay. So if this is not completely lined up, because our image is going to be, we're going to be folding the shirt in half, and our image is mirrored. And so if this isn't done correctly, our image could be angled, it could be off. The mirrored effect may not look correctly. So we need to make sure to get all of these wrinkles out. Lay this down smooth. And then you can smooth it out. Get out most of the wrinkles. Make sure that the front and back feel the same, and that there's not some like big wrinkle or something on the bottom that you can feel from the back side. So get all those out. Then we're going to take the shirt, we're going to rotate it, and fold it in half. Okay, line up all your seams, make sure it's folded in half right down the center. So we're going to start up here, feel the neckline, make sure that's lined up. Line up your shoulder seams, and then go down to this seam here from the top of the shoulder down to the armpit. Make sure that is lined up on both sides. Pull the sleeves out, grab both sleeves, make sure they're lined up, and all this is smooth, so make sure there's no wrinkles. Sometimes you'll feel a wrinkle down underneath, and you're going to have to reach in there, get that wrinkle out. Smooth the shirt out. Make sure everything is lined up. This may seem like a simple step, and it is. It's simple, but this is an important step. So make sure that this is done correctly if you want your image to be the same on both sides, side to side, front and back. So we're going to be doing this. Okay, I got it all smoothed out. I don't feel any wrinkles in there. I'm going to turn it back here. And now we're going to draw half of a heart. So I've got Crayola Ultra Washable Markers here. These are the best washers, or best markers to wash out. I've tried some of the cheaper ones, and the cheaper ones sometimes leave marks on the shirts. They don't actually wash out completely. I think at one point these were supposedly the world's most washable marker. I don't know if they actually are, but these work great. So we're gonna get one of the darker colors just for you to see, because I trust that this is going to wash out. And we're going to draw half of a heart. If you do not trust that you can draw half of a heart correctly, get a piece. Well, I don't know if you can print one out this correctly, but if you need to, draw the heart before we fold it, and then come through and fold it. Or if you trust it, you can draw a heart like this and draw it halfway through. I like to do the heart halfway, and so I'll come. So you feel right here. Okay, this is the front, the collar. So you want to make sure that the dip of the heart, depending on how big your heart is down pretty low, because your outer part of the heart is going to come up quite a bit, just like this. And this may even need to go down lower. You need to be careful with this dip right here. So this is very important. If you do not go down enough, the heart shape will be lost. And so you need to kind of actually over exaggerate this part right here. And then we're going to loop it out and bring it back just like that. Now I probably should not have folded this before doing that so that you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and make this so that you can see it. Okay. So my halfway line. So I'm going to draw this side left-handed. And not as good, but we can see the overall shape of the heart. Okay. So this side, I'm not actually worried about what it looks like. Now that we can see that our heart looks good, go ahead and flip that over for you to see. That's our heart shape. So now if you want from here, you can actually grab right here, make sure you got the collar on the underside, pull, lift up, and the side that you have drawn best, that's the side that you want up on top. So I do draw better with my right hand. I've been drawing with my right hand for longer. I have since taught myself how to draw and write left-handed. And most of the time it's just for like stuff like this or for painting, something like that, where I need to like mirror, because it is the way that we write, it is easier to write right-handed. It just goes against the flow when you do it left-handed. But when you're doing art like this, when you're doing mirrored artwork and you need things to be the same on both sides, sometimes it can be hard to do that other side with the same hand. And so I've just started doing stuff with both my hands. Okay. All right, so we're going to start right here with the dip of the heart. That's what I like to call the middle part, that dip right there. So this, if you do not tie this part properly, you're going to lose the shape of the heart. So I like to overdo the center a little bit, kind of over exaggerate. But what we're going to do is we're going to pleat all the way around. So you're going to make a pinch, and you're going to pinch all the way, all your pleats. So I got about 2/3, 3/4 of an inch here, probably about 3/4 of an inch. We'll do pretty well. And so we're going to make sure that this purple line is lined up straight as we tie it. And as we get farther, it may start to go a little bit because this curve can be a little tough. Like while the heart is a very simple design as far as shapes and drawings and stuff, it is also very easy to mess up right here. I've had 2 complaints on my Etsy about hearts looking like butts. And I was like, okay. And a heart does kind of look like a butt. And it may be because of the way that I ship it too, because when when I fold these, they're the way that it's folded. If you open it a certain way, it, it looks like a butt just staring right at you. It may have been my fault for doing that, but yeah, it's a heart. We want it to be heart shaped. So right here, there ends up being quite a bit. And sometimes what I'll do is, in order to make this curve, I'll bring this up rather than keep it flat. Because when it's flat, then there's just too much material right here. And trying to get this all to line up gets very difficult. And so what you want to do is you want to make it easier on yourself. And so if you need to make a mountain, need to make a hill over here, whatever. See how much, so see how tall my fold is here, and see how much bigger it is over here. It's about 2 inches over here, where right here is about 3/4 to 2/3 of an inch or so. That seems to be about my nice fold that I like to do. And actually now after that fold, it's just got even taller. So, all right. So you're going to make sure to hold that. And I'm holding this all kind of tight. I know you can't really tell from camera just how much I'm putting into this, but I got to sneeze. Whew, okay. We'll see if that sneeze goes away or if it builds up and comes back. I apologize if I do end up sneezing. Whew. Yeah, it has gotten really dry here, and my allergies started kicking up. I got sick about a month and a half ago or so. I haven't made videos in a while, and I caught a cold. I lost my voice, and I just couldn't make videos because I couldn't talk. And okay, so see how we got this lined up right here? See the bottom? The bottom's a little off, but our heart wasn't drawn the same on both sides. So that's why I always say pick your best side and then line it up there, because your other side, it can be quite comical sometimes. And then I'm going to show you how much taller this peak is right here. That way this can be level. Okay. So now we're going to take 70-pound artificial sinew. This is a waxed polyester cord. And what this is going to do, so I always have a certain way I like to fold. So if you like to fold it that way, if you're right-handed, you may like it that way. I have more strength in my left arm, and I have more precision with my right hand. So I like to hold this with my right hand and pull with my left. I am semi-ambidextrous, maybe ambidextrous, I don't know. I use different sides for different things. I was taught to write with my right hand, so my writing and my drawings are typically right-handed, but I've noticed as I've been tie-dyeing, I've actually been drawing more with my left hand, so I can draw that other side of the shirt. So what I'm doing here, just pulling slightly snug. I'm not trying to pull it tight yet, because this will slip off if you do. You're probably going to need to pull this about 5 or 6 times on this first one, and then give it a nice good tug. Don't want it to break. I actually just heard it start to snap there. Then we're going to give this cut. Make sure to leave yourself enough so that you can grab this and pull to unwind it, because you don't want to cut that off. If you put a blade towards this to cut it, this is really tight, and it's very easy to cut the shirt, and you don't want that to happen. So now we're going to come over here. So now we're going to spread this back out, because we're going to do the rorschach scrunch to this. So we're going to scrunch all this up. Give it a nice good squeeze. I'm going to come over here and do the same to the bottom part of the shirt. That's the sleeve. This is the bottom. And we're going to scrunch it all in together. Squeeze down as we're squeezing. That way, when I let go here, it's going to mostly hold its shape. It'll slowly start to spring open, but it is there long enough to start slipping some rubber bands on. So we want this to stay just like this. Try to put even tension all the way around this. If you put uneven tension with rubber bands, one spot will start to collapse on itself and you just kind of have a mess to deal with. And so let's see, I think to do the middle, let's try something here. Okay, since we can't put one directly across, we're putting one there to there, but I'm also putting one over here, from here to here. So what that's going to do is that's going to bring even pressure going in this way. We're also going to put one out here and one over here. And it looks like we're going to need one more or two more. So this corner to this corner. Move this up a little bit. And then this corner to this corner. Just like that. And this, sometimes I rubber band the hearts, sometimes I don't. So what we're going to do, so I decided to squeeze some of that in there. Now I'm going to rubber band it. So let's see, how do I do this usually? I think I go this way, then across, and then fold. And then one more going all the way over. There we go. That way it holds this in that way. There's different ways to do this, but with the way that I'm going to be adding the color, that works well. So we're going to go here, pull that out of there. And there's our heart. So we got the full color spectrum right here and some black. And the first thing we're going to do with this, one thing that I like to do is, so we're going to put our border, we're going to use some black for our border. And so we'll just put a little bit at a time on here so that it soaks in. We don't want it to spread too far. And I'm doing this on the outside of the heart. So this right here is our heart, and then the outside. So we're not going to make this go all the way through. We're going to put a decent amount, but it's only going to be dyed on half. Then we're going to flip it over. And instead of dyeing the outside, we're going to dye the inside. And what this is going to do is it's going to make a zigzag pattern around the heart that kind of looks like a zipper. And so it gives more detail, more of that tie-dye look rather than just a bold heart on it. But if you just want it to be a bold heart with a bold line, put your black on the same side. There's so many different possibilities of doing this. It's never one way. It's like, yeah, there's one way to do a certain thing, but like, why do we need to all do the same thing? We can do the same pattern. I mean, there's only so many patterns that can be made, and then everyone has their own variants of that pattern based off of how they draw, how they tie, all different kind of things. And so from here, we're gonna do. I always do the rainbow that's on here. So we're gonna do, with this full color spectrum. We'll start with purple on the top, and then we're gonna shift down to fuchsia. So I'm just going to work my way left on the line. Or let me work my way to the right, starting on the left here. Just a little bit, just enough to get on there, overlap the other color, because if you put too much dye on it, it'll spread to the sides faster than you want it. Because if you want it to go down, you got to give it time. You need to come through and add these other colors in here first, so that the colors don't spread to the side any farther. Okay. Yeah, so we're just doing little bits. And that one color before this looks pretty green. It's a teal that kind of washes out a little turquoise-ish. So I've been making my own teals and turquoises because my blue dye that I use is labeled turquoise, but it's like pure turquoise. And so like the turquoise that we know has just a slight little green in it. Some of them are more green than others. And what I've learned, that green comes from the iron that was around when it formed. And so when there's more iron around, it turns more green. I think that's its form of oxidation. And so in order to get pure turquoise, it has to form without any iron around, either no iron around or in an area where it can't oxidize. I'm not really 100% sure on how it works, but so whenever you see like super blue turquoise, like the stone turquoise, and it looks really blue, that could be pure turquoise. It could be very expensive, or it could be fake. A lot of times, those pure blue turquoises, they're just a plastic or some other. They may even use another kind of rock for it. I'm not 100% sure. I don't really know all too much. I carry a piece of turquoise on me. I carry 2 pieces of turquoise on me. Let's see if it's in that. On my other over there. Be right back. So right here, I carry these pieces of turquoise. So this is technically turquoise too, and that is turquoise. So you can see how blue this is, and then this is a red turquoise, and then this is silver. This is a keychain that was given to me from my grandfather after he passed, and so it was his. So actually, technically, he didn't give it to me. I got it from the family after he passed. I got a bit of his jewelry, and I got some of his art supplies. So they thought that I would enjoy them the most, and so I carry my grandpa in my pocket with me every single day. It's been a few years since he passed. I miss him. And when I was younger, I used to go stay with my other grandparents, and that grandpa has passed as well. That grandma is still here, and I see her every once in a while. She lives in Houston. She's not too far. She has to live in a home. She can't take care of herself, and she has fallen a couple times. So we need her to be taken care of. She was staying at the house, and I was cooking for her and helping her out a little bit. And it was just got to be a little too much. I could not take care of someone every day. Couldn't cook every day. I'm not there every day. And mean, I don't have kids. There's partially a reason why I don't have kids. Like I wouldn't mind kids maybe, but right now I'm not in a position to be taking care of kids. And taking care of an adult too. Just not necessarily what I signed up for. I was glad that I could help out, and I'm glad that she is being taken care of now. But yeah, I used to go stay with her and her husband, my other grandpa, uh, in another state after I had moved here, and I would work on a raspberry farm, and it was fun. I got to do it the summer that I was 13 and the summer that I was 14, and I got to work with older people. Some of them were about my age. Most were older. We worked outside. And the first year, I worked on these big machines that would go over the top of the raspberry fields. There would be like rows of raspberries, and they're probably like maybe about 7, 8 feet tall, maybe not quite that tall. It might have felt like it because I was much shorter. Okay, so we got that side dyed. Now we're gonna work on this side here. Yeah, so they were taught these big machines. We would sit on the machines, and there would be these fingers that would go through, and they would knock off all the raspberries, and then we would pick. Let's see, actually, yeah, I'll start with this one. And we would pick all of the bad berries or anything that wasn't supposed to be there and toss it off. And then somebody would be at the end of the conveyor belt collecting the berries into a flat, and they would have to hold the flat just right so that they would fill just right, because we couldn't overfill them or underfill them. Otherwise, the price would not be what it was supposed to be, and they would get after us. So we would have to make sure that we did. It was usually somebody a little bit older, or not, I would say older, but they were probably teenagers, or older teenagers, as I was 13 that first year. And then yeah, so they would fill up the flat, and we would drive over the things and just do that all day. Sometimes we'd find birds, frogs, or a snake, just different animals that were inside the raspberry bush, and you'd have to toss them overboard. Just let them go. Hopefully they survive. And so yeah, we did. I really enjoyed that. And so while I was doing that, my grandpa, who gave me, who I got the keychain from, he would pick me up, and we would go to the gym and work out. And he was, I don't know, 60s. Yeah, he was a senior. So he was in his 60s, and him and his buddy would work out at the gym, and I was starting to play football, so I would go work out with him, and yeah, I enjoyed that. That was the most time that I got to spend with my grandpa, was doing that. Like sometimes we would go to his paper route. I don't know if that was then or not. That may have actually been earlier. I think there was a couple times I hung out with him when he would do the paper route and stuff. But those are all fond memories. It's always nice to have those. Okay. And we're just going to keep on adding color here. We're back to our turquoise teal, which started my whole tangent. Sometimes I just go off and talk and call it a little tangent. It's not really about what I'm doing, but at this point, if you are watching along through this, I would assume you're just listening. I don't know. I don't know if I'm actually teaching anything at this point in this dye. We're just adding the colors, one color at a time, slightly overlapping each color. That's what gives the gradient of colors from one side to the other. I'm trying to decide if I want to do rainbow on the bottom, go in a different direction, but I may have plenty of dye on here. May have too much to do that. So we'll see. Never know till you flip it over. You flip it over and go, did the dye go through? Oh, still plenty of room. Okay. So, yeah, see how most of it didn't really go through. So before we do that, though, I'm going to put a little bit of this on here. Not too much, just a little bit. And then same with over this. Just a little bit, just like that. And flip that over. Do the same thing right here, just a little bit, not too much. Otherwise that heart will be black. And we don't want a black heart, we're going for a colorful heart. Our hearts are open and colorful. We are not sealed off. We are not black-hearted around here. We are open-hearted, warm-hearted. Keep the heart open for everyone. Unless they prove otherwise. But we're not getting into that. We're tie-dyeing here. Okay. Yeah, so I'm doing the rainbow again, but in a different direction. So before it was going this way, now it's going this way. This is my ultra color palette. It's the rainbow, double rainbow, different directions. All kinds of things can happen. You never know what can happen. Sometimes you get a bunch of brown. Sometimes you get a bunch of bright colors. The goal is not to get much brown. Sometimes it can be a little hard because there are opposing colors on the color wheel that are going to be touching. I'm actually going to bring this all the way to here because if you see how it follows, there's a whole bunch scrunched right there where it's spread out more here. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to make these all sort of simple, but not quite. The shirt is going to Colorado, to my buddy up there. I decided to buy some shirts from me wholesale. I am giving him a good hookup here so that he can try to get some sales out there in Colorado. And so all of these videos that I'm making today, each one of those shirts are going to be going to Colorado as part of the shirts he is getting. I really hope these do very well. And thank you for doing that. I appreciate you. I hope this works out for both of us. I have plenty more shirts to send you if it does. There's going to be one cool shirt that is going to be just for him. Going to be nice and surprised. Be one of the recent shirts that I just made. If you happen to follow me on TikTok or Instagram. I already have posted on there. I have been keeping a little up to date on there, but I just have not been able to do these videos until today. Today's the first day back. All right, so now we got dye on that side. Take our black and black over this, just the right amount, not too much, not too much. Right there too. Okay, our shirt is now washed and dried. If you need to see instructions on how to do that, please watch my video on how to rinse and wash your tie-dye, and I'll go over that in more detail for you. I'm going to go over the shirt a little bit before we go. So you can see we've got our heart design right here. You can see how I brought the dip down really far, so you can definitely tell that that is a heart. Now, if that ends up like coming up here, and you end up just having this little bit, it'll look like a heart, but it won't look as good of a heart. And then you can see right here how we've got black here, black here, black here, black here, zigzags back and forth, and you can see the white line going like this. So the white line was our sinew where we tied, and by putting the black on each side, it kind of gives that zigzag pattern to it. And then we did the gradient on the heart itself, and so it goes from basically from purple to purple. And so it goes purple, fuchsia, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So from one side to the other, and you can see how it makes these little curved designs here. And then our black that went over the top. And then we scrunched the outer part, and we did the ultra color design on the scrunch. And so we did the rainbow on one side, flipped it over, rainbow on the other side. And so you can see right here, we're going to go orange, fuchsia, purple, blue, and then the blue goes down a little bit to some green, yellow, down to some orange, and then same with this other side. Right here we go yellow, orange, fuchsia, or maybe it was a different color. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to tell what color is what in here, but we can see how there is fuchsia, orange, orange all the way down into here. Yeah, so sometimes it can be hard to tell how you laid the color once you opened it, but we know in our minds that we did the rainbow on one side, we did the rainbow on the other, and that's how we get this cool effect of just almost sporadic color everywhere. There's all kinds of color all over in this. There's no one saying this does not have a lot of color. So we're going to flip this over. You see how the back side is also the same, and this is why in the beginning why I went over how important it is to make sure that you smooth out all your wrinkles so that it is all nice and flat, so that once you fold it, this side is the same as this side, and then this side is also the same as this side. So please be sure to click like and subscribe for more videos. My name is Nate. Thank you for watching.